Hi, everybody, and welcome to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to be doing a reading on Jonebenet Ramsey and kind of what ended up happening with the circumstances around her passing and how she ended up in the basement and the such. So, without further ado, before I get into it, reminder everything that I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinion, psychic downloads, and the such. So, if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So, without further ado, let's kind of dive into I want to take a look specifically about what was going on in the Ramsey household that night of the 26th, when she passed. So December 26th of 1996. So when, like, what were the circumstances or what was the big energy around the Ramsey home at that time? So we weren't strong. We're on our back foot. We are weak. We're kind of just they are not being the strong, united family that they were known for. Why is this? Because it's about money. But our good luck, our good fortune, money coming in or not coming in. It seems like there were money issues, potentially. And it's like we need to work through this. Everything's very, very strict, tight-lipped around money. Because from a financial influences here, we are I don't know what was revealed in the Ramsey household at this point in time on that day, but it's like two worlds were colliding. One version of someone was being revealed uh, into the double life that they were living. Was being revealed at that point in time. How they were making money revealed. Also, someone was doing the same thing over and over and over again when it came to money, and it was backfiring on them. It feels like, and they were repeating the same cycle over and over again. Because the unseen hopes and fears here is like, was someone drinking a lot that day? Were they drinking a lot? Were they overindulging? Because with the temperance card, it does feel like there's a lot of mind altering substances. I feel like a lot of it's just alcohol, but with this here, it's like I just want to numb myself, so it's like I'm out of control, overindulging and drinking. Because the unseen obstacle here is we have some not so good organizations or people or intentions going on here that in the Ramsey household where someone might be doing triangle people shenaniganery. Because the unseen ops, or because the negative influences here, there is someone from a higher percentage. This is always my dad card, who is kind of being greedy, selfish, controlling, falling off of his throne, and the world is crashing down around them. What was going on with dad at this time? Because currently, what was going from this was not revealed to the public. Things were not revealed. The inner self wasn't being revealed. And my how I describe this is where shady money practices might have been revealed, but the character of the person and how truly deep and dark that they may be was not revealed in full on that day. Because here in the past, yeah, death in the past. And here in the future, yeah, we've been cut off from money, wealth, status, but we also are refusing to see life in a new perspective. But I always see the hanged man, at least in this deck, as showtime's over with, boys and girls. Time to close the curtains, and done. But why is death in the past here? How long had Jonbenet been missing? Because if we remember correctly, Jonbenet was originally in my. She was called in that she was missing, right? And then they found her in the basement, right? So was she missing for longer than just say on the 26th? I'm hearing yes. So one, I want to take a look more specifically at the dad and things kind of going on with him. This is, let's just see. What's going on with dad on this day? Because something's off with dad. What was dad's energy on this day of December 26th, 1996? What was the energy around around him on this day? What was really going on? with certain people, places, things, and the such. What was going on this day? The Star. He was losing his clout, his ego. He was having a massive ego hit of some sort. He was also falling off of his pedestal of something. Why is this? Because of the death of his daughter. It's from a financial influence or material influence here. It's like your ways of manipulating us, your hold over us does not matter anymore. I also see this as it wasn't worth the money. It was not worth the money because the unseen or the hopes and fears here with the Queen of Wands reversed. Unseen obstacles as well. Something they stole something. He stole something from someone to get ahead of somebody. Because the negative influence here, the strength card, you don't have the strength to fight us. Positive influence, here he is the King of Swords. I don't care. I'll go to the law. I'll do whatever I can. Because here in the past, the Nine of Pentacles reversed. He'd fallen on hard times. Were there money issues going on at the point in time in this household? Because here in the future, yeah, it's not. Now you got to avoid the law. You got to avoid getting put in the slammer yourself, sir. Interesting. I'm going to grab a clarifier for this card. Why are we having the Queen of Wands? What can we get for the Queen of Wands here? Money hungry. Greed. Someone was overly greedy in wanting their money, their resources. What was he all wrapped up in that was like taking his attention away? It's like whatever happened with Jonbenet, it feels like this was a direct attack on him. Also, I know that there's been a lot of speculation about the ransom letter and stuff. We'll take a look into that too. But did someone throw away like the original ransom letter and that's why the mom had the second one and that's why she was writing it? I don't know. There's something about a second ransom letter or something along those lines. Because with the money hungry here too and the hopes and fears is like someone was very greedy and wanted money. With the Queen of Wands here reversed, it does give me this is someone is like my way or the highway. Like I'm going to take what I can want and or get and I'm going to get it however I please. That's for the dad's energy. Okay, so let's take a look at the mom's energy on this day. And this is not her deck. She has passed. I do want to get her emotions with this. Feels like she has a lot that she wants to say around her energy of this day on this day when it came to doing stuff with Jonbenet and wanting her around and staying around and the such. No, she sadly passed from cancer as of 2006, I believe. So let's take a look. What's going on here with Miss Jonbenet, or the mom of Jonbenet, and her feelings on that day of December 26, 1996? Nine of Swords. She was so worried and anxious. I was worried. I was anxious. I was depressed. I was like I couldn't sleep. What was going on? Why is this? Because of the four. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of resting, relaxing, trying to. It's like I can't move, but I want to move type of energy. Like is from a material influence here with the sun reverse. She's like, there are money issues going on in this household, and she was aware of some of the money issues that were going on, but she's super worried and anxious, and she's like, where's my, I want to keep saying, where's my baby? Where's my baby? Where's my baby? Because there's the Six of Pentacles. There's the kid again. Hopes and fears. I just want my baby. Where is my baby? And it's a little girl too. Where is my baby? She just wants her little girls. I want my contracts. You said she was going to be back. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Because the unseen obstacles here for her is the Eight of Swords, which is she's trapped. She's caught. She's caught up in someone else's net web that she can't get out of. Someone will either put her there, and this is like circumstances that are out of her control, it feels like. Especially with this being like the net's being brought up on this card and she's being hauled up. It's like I got caught in a net or a web of something that now I can't get out of. Because the negative influence here with the Eight of Cups is like I can't walk away from this. She's being forced to walk away from her daughter and things kind of coming in. Because all again she wants what's going for her. She was willing to fight for her kid. She wanted her kid back with the Five of Coral, aka the Five of Wands. It's like I'm ready to fight. Who do I need to fight? What do I need to do to get my baby back? Because here in the past, here she is, the Queen of Queen of Wands. Or no, Queen of Swords. She's like, where is my freaking baby? I am going to get her. I will fight for her. Let me at it. She's a very protective mom, and here in the future, her world just shattered. Her world shattered after the December 26th, 1996. Her world completely and utterly shattered. She just wanted her baby. She was worried for her baby, and now she can't have her baby. Her world shattered. She was not the same woman. She just wasn't. She just wanted her freaking baby. All she wanted. Just want my baby. And I keep hearing that. Just want my baby. Okay. Also, the Sun card typically has a child on it in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. She did not have her baby with her. That baby was not there on the 26th. How long was Jonbenet actually missing? And why do I feel like it was longer than the 26th? Why do I feel like it was longer than that? All right, what's going on? So why did Mom write the ransom note? Or allegedly write the ransom note? Apparently it matched her handwriting and stuff like that. So why would she write a ransom note that apparently, yeah, why would she write a ransom note? Why is this? Someone higher up than her made her do it. Someone higher up than her made her do it. Why did she write the ransom note? Someone higher up than her, the devil, triangle organizations, powerful people. Why is this? Because of Emperor, because of the leader of the pack, the father, someone who's here. He's like, I'm going to make you write this. Write this. Because from a material influence here, otherwise no one else, otherwise, because this is how you're going to get someone to notice you, right? The five of cups here, it's like you're mourning. She's also in mourning. From a material influence here, it's like you want your baby back, write this. You want this going on, write this. Why do I feel and did someone come into the home and say, you want your baby back? Write this. This feels like a friend, like they called a friend. The dad called a friend, said, what do we do? They took our daughter. How do we get her back? We can't just say she's missing. We need people to look into this. Friend was like, write a ransom note. Then they'll say someone else has her, and then they'll go look for her. And it backfired on them. Because the hopes and fears, I wanted to do this. This is manifesting my dreams, my thoughts, my reality, my desires. This is helping me get her back. This is helping me get her back. Wands here. Unseen obstacles, though, is the Five of Pentacles reverse. It backfired on them. Also, because it was written, they gave someone ammunition. This is like a backhanded deal as well. This is bad deals, bad contracts, bad agreements. You see there's two people here and they're trying to exchange goods. Well, this was a bad advice given, in my opinion here. Because the negative influence here is there's a King of Wands who's like, yeah, do it. Yeah, do it. This is someone who was not on their side, but was manipulating their side. How I put this is you got the Ramsey family, which got some bad players in it. And then you got the law enforcement, which has got some bad players in it. And then you got this group of people who I believe have Jonbenet. I don't know how all that worked, but they were bad actors. And so like everyone's a bad actor, and the only one here is like, I just want my baby back as mom, and she's got all these bad actors around her just leading her in a just digging a deeper and deeper and deeper hole for herself. Because what was going for here, it's the Knight of Wands, which is she just did it because this is what she wanted. She just wanted her baby back. Also, I think to protect her other children at this point in time. She had a brother, right? Because yeah, here in the past, yeah, I'm gonna be strong. I will kiss the hand. I will go towards the beast. I will do what I have to get my baby back. And then here in the future, it's what. Oh God. There's movement from point A to point B. That's the chariot. It's like you're moving. There's movement. Why did she write it? She wrote it because someone told her to, and in doing so, it made, how do I put this? It made Jonbenet a hot, I want to say a hot item, or like it's like a, someone would probably say it's like a hot potato. You don't want to touch it. It's goods that are going to get you in trouble, right? Which is got things moving, but not in the positive way that I feel the Ramsey family wanted it to. I do, again, I don't know how, we'll take a look, but her writing the note got things moving to get Jonbenet back, in my opinion here. But that's just me. That's why she wrote it. It got Jonbenet back. Maybe not in the way that she wanted Jonbenet back, but got Jonbenet back. Okay. So I'm just gonna say it. I feel like Jonbenet was actually kidnapped. And at least that's what I'm reading. And I know for those who were in a live, I did do a live on this, but I got like stuck like halfway through it, and the energy was all over the place in that live. So I'm redoing it in a video if you want to go check that out. But I kept seeing Jonbenet was not in that house on the 26th alive. She was been missing for a lot longer, in my opinion here. So I want to take a look. Why was essentially, I feel like Jonbenet was kidnapped. Honestly, honest to God, she was actually kidnapped. So what was Jonbenet kidnapped essentially? Was kind of going on with that? Eight of Spears, aka the Eight of Swords. Seeing it reversed here. Um, well, I truly do believe she was caught and taken. With it being reversed here, though, it is. Why is this? There's a Five of Treasures, Five of Pentacles. Oh God, do I want to say this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I do believe Jonbenet was actually gifted, in some way. I do believe she was gifted. Why is this? Eight of Swords. It's like I'm escaping my own hole or debt that I've kind of built up, or my own reality that I've built. I grabbed the spear, I cut myself loose. Why is this so? Because I'm giving you my half of the bargain. I'm giving you money to ingest into something. Whatever. Because from the upright here, material influence, this is the way, Ace of Wands. It's typically a very phallic image. It's my D card. You just go with child predators, and yep, and that's what I'm seeing here, because the hopes and fears here. It's like we're just gonna lie our way out of this. We're not gonna know. It's just gonna be a quick thing, because the unseen obstacles, this grew a lot bigger than what it was supposed to. I truly do believe that Jonbenet was kidnapped for money. There was actual ransom, or somebody wanted to leverage something here. And as soon as it got super, super big, then they had to drop her like a hot can of potatoes. This was supposed to be silent. You weren't supposed to involve police, none of that. And then they had to drop her. Because the negative influence here is the Knight of Wands. Hmm. What's going on with the Knight of Wands here? This is like someone wants to fight. I want to go. Someone was like, I'll drop her as fast as I can. I want to fight, but I'll drop her just as quickly because the positive influences here is the Three of Wands, which is we got to rethink our whole plan, our whole directive. I think she was kidnapped. Or I should say she was gifted, but then everything got turned on its head because something happened where instead of it being a gift, someone reported her as missing, and now they're like, "Oh, we got a kid. We can't do this. Just drop her." But yeah, because yeah, here in the past with the Seven of Swords, they're like, oh, "We do not want to fight this. This is." Why do I always struggle with this card? Yeah, here. Oh gosh, that's what it is. Seven of Swords being reversed. We couldn't get away with it. Sorry. Brain malfunction here. Couldn't get away with things. Uh, I'm trying to fight for what I want. I'm trying to be sneaky, try to get away with things, and I just can't. You got caught with your pants down here in the future. Yeah, our plan got revealed. The path of which we were going got revealed. To me, this is reminiscent of she was gifted as like a gift. Like you get her for like a certain amount of time. Someone, I don't know if someone's like, well, where's my baby? Where's my baby? And then they aren't coming back. They aren't coming back. And then it kind of just got into a whole cluster of different things. I don't know. This is super confusing. Um, okay. So if Jonbenet was gifted, like I'm seeing, I think she was gifted for a time. Why was she gifted? I want to go into that. Yeah, well, we already picked up the deck. Why was she gifted? She was gifted to someone. Why would you gift a kid to someone? Okay. Not all right, man. Why would they gift someone? Ace of Swords. Why is this? And this is someone who's like, why would you gift her to someone? It's because you have bad legal issue. You got legal issues. You cannot face you at word value. Why is this? Because you're refusing to look yourself in the mirror. You're refusing to look at what's right in front of you. Because material, you have no use for us anymore. Is also the what was the dad doing? Because again, the hopes and fears here. It's the Ten of Wands. We're gonna get rid of all of our burdens in one fell swoop. Unseen obstacle though. Someone has nefarious intentions with Yep. Yep. Don't want to. I'm not touching that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Because the negative influence here with the Nine of Cups upright as well is someone felt so high and mighty once this happened. Like this was the thing. Also, positive influence. I broke off ties with other people here in the past. I was healing from rock bottom and kind of going down. And again, this is how I was ascending to a higher power level. Dear God. Like, okay, you know what? If you go back to this live, I am going to keep it up just because why not? It's a little scuff. But what is with this Hierophant card? Why does it pop? It popped up so much. It doesn't matter what deck I use. It always is popping up for this. Illegal activity. You're leveling up in corruptness. Also having to do with spiritual ascendancy and whatever groups, organizations, organized crime things you kind of have going on. This is yep, that's why she was gifted. This was to level up. Honestly, this is to me, you want to level up, this is how you're gonna do it. I'm just gonna leave it the frickety frick at that, and we're done. Okay, we're done. I can't. Nope, we're not doing that anymore. Okay. And then there's something else here that I do want to look at. And that is so when I was in my live, someone had brought up John Andrew, which is the dad's one of his older sons from a previous marriage. And apparently he He was in Atlanta, but apparently he was missing for a few days, but they apparently had like private planes or so. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But he apparently was missing for a few hours that day that people couldn't like actually like place him. And like whenever I started to try and read on him, that's kind of the moment I had to shut everything down. So I want to take a look what's going on here with John Andrew right now and things going on. What did he have anything to do with Jonbenet's passing? Uh he ascended. This was his ascension. You want more fame, power, money, status in some way? And why do you want this? Because you want to be successful? This was his way of powering up. You know how we saw that Queen of Wands before? Here they are again. You want money, fame, power, success. This is how you're going to do it. Because the hopes and fears here is the Four of Cups, which is, yeah, I'm getting away with something. I'm stealing from you. Because the unseen obstacle is, he has been questioned by police, and he's just I gotta stay out of the issues with police. He's lost friends, family members are about this. However, the positive influence for him is the Seven of Cups. Is you can't pin me down with anything, even though you know. You know, I know, and that's the such. Because, yeah, here in the world, I traveled around the world or did something to it. And then here in the future, yeah, this had me ascending to the next level and getting more into the dark and dank. I don't care what y'all say about this family. This is something wrong. There is something wrong with it. They are involved, in my opinion, with triangle people, organizations type things, dark web stuff, organized crime things, whatever you want to call it. They are involved with it. And whatever this went on with Jonbenet was their way of ascending or rising to the next level of whatever that was for fame, power, money, and success. Do I think mom knew what was really going on? No, I do not know. I do not believe she knew at the time what was going on. I do believe she maybe found out later. Uh, but again, she was not the same person after Jonbenet died. Okay? That's what I'm getting here. I'm gonna just do Jonbenet's passing. What were the circumstances around Jonbenet's passing? Like what actually? Why and then I want to take a look. Why was she in the basement? Oh, why was she in the basement? So let's take a look. Jonbenet. Circumstances around Jonbenet's passing. Like, or I should say not around. Let's just say, why was she in the basement? Why did they find her in the basement? They do believe she was actually missing. Where she was actually missing. Okay? She was actually missing. Where is Jonbenet? Or I should say, why was Jonbenet in the basement? The Queen of Wands again. Queen of Wands reversed. Why is this? Because we got friends. Someone went and put Jonbenet in that basement. Queen of Wands. You want more fame, power, money, success. Why is this? Because you got friends in high places. Because from materially sense, if she's not there, then this is going to cause. Why was she put there? Because materially, this would otherwise cause ruin to people. Here's all those same gosh darn cards. Also, hopes and fears. This is going to get suspicion off us if we just put her there. Because the negative unseen obstacles here is the triangle people. Again, it's like you wanted to get away from this. You wanted blood not on your hands. Well, let's put her there. Maybe I need to reshuffle. I think I'm going to have... Well, there's... She was transported there. I do not believe she died in that house. I do not believe that. If you come at me with that, show me the evidence where that all happened. I do not believe that. She was put in this basement for a reason. Because someone went and skedaddled once that happened. Again, this was a power move, in my opinion here. Three of Swords in the past as well. It's like someone was doing something that you should not be doing to a 6-year-old. I'm sorry. 6-year-olds' bodies are not meant to do... A fully developed adult cannot... A 6-year-old cannot do the same things that a 16-year-old can do or a 20-year-old can do. I'm sorry, they are a minor. Because yeah, here in the future, again, it's like someone went, they moved, and they skedaddled on out. Again, do not believe I do believe Jonbenet was missing. Did someone know where she was in that family? Yes, but they did not let the other know, and it kind of just turned into a shit show from there because people are stupid. All right, I'm just gonna take a look lastly here at will Burke. I feel like his name is Burke, the youngest son. Once dad's gone, once the father is gone, will Burke actually talk about what was going on between what happened to Jonbenet? I know mom has passed, sadly. I know the dad's still around, but will Burke actually talk about what happened with Jonbenet that fateful day of December 26th, 1996? I do not. I think he will talk about all the injustice and how things were covered up. Eight of Wands upright. It does give me the sense of like he has pieces, but not everything. Why? Because there's been so much cover up on this case. Because from a financial influence here, he does want to tell his side of the story, the truth of what he knows. And he does want to fight for his sister. He wants to fight. He wants to have knowledge and information come out about this whole situation. He does. With the Knight of Swords, it's like I want to come out fast. I want it out and about because he was a victim just like she was. He was a victim just like she was. Hate seeing the Six of Swords in this deck. But she was a victim. He was a victim just like she was. However, dad still has friends around, and it does cause him pause to tell his truth because people aren't going to believe him, or he feels like people aren't going to believe him. He feels like people aren't going to believe him and his side of the story and what was really going on. It's stranger than fiction, some would say. Yeah, because here in the past, he's been holding on to this decision of what he wants to do, and here in the future, the Temperance card reversed, he's on the fence of if he's going to ever tell his truth or not. He feels like he would never be believed. He truly believes no one would ever believe him. And with that Temperance card reversed here as well, I do fear him having the same struggles when it comes to alcohol or drinking or other substances that keep him numb to the things that happen to him. I really do feel I'm terrified for him because it does feel like he is following in very similar footsteps. And that I just want him to know that he isn't alone in the things that I feel like he felt, or that I want him to know that what he has gone through was not his fault. And I really hope and wish that he doesn't carry that guilt with him because it's not his to carry. But I understand that he might feel a responsibility. And I truly do wish him well. For those who are on the train of, oh, it was the brother, I want to just say F you and get off my channel. If you truly believe that. No. You do not go get the victim blame here. I don't care what other documentaries and stuff has been put out there. I don't. I really, really don't. So, uh, I know I said that would be the last one, but the other thing here, what was going on in the months leading up to Jonbenet's passing? What were the things that were going on that really contributed to her passing? I'm going to have these here. I'm going to grab out true crime. I'm going to grab out 3 of these. Just 3. I want 3 cards, y'all. What were 3 major things in the months leading up to her passing, that had major significance to do this? So we have lies we're being told, Something to do with the desert and tunnels. Okay. So we're going to take a look at lies first, assuming this is all ready to go. We'll just see. But what were these lies that were being told? What were the lies? Get more information about the lies that were going on at this point in time. That were leading up to Jonbenet's passing. Lies about money, their wealth, their fame, their status, their success, because in reality, they were actually at rock bottom. There were lies about the finances, and how much money that they had and what they were spending. This is like a family that's like, we're keeping up with the Joneses. And we were overindulging more than what we can, and we just don't have those resources because we had planted bad seeds. We had bad business deals. We had bad things that we invested in. They did not come up, but we were living like kings anyway. We were feeling emotionally satisfied. We had everything that we could possibly want. That was the lifestyle that we were living. So that was the lifestyle that we had money on. However, the unseen obstacles, to get that, you need to give something up. What were you giving up? There's an equal exchange here about, well, to get where you're going, what are you giving up to get there? Because the negative influences here is they had a lot of burdens. They were overburdened. They could barely fly. They could barely keep above water. What was going for them, though? Someone came to them with an offer. Say, hey, you want to get out of debt? You want to do this? You want to do that? You have some influence over here or there. Well, let's help you out here. Let's make a deal. Because here in the past, and we can do it all with your kids. Whatever was going on, leading up, circumstances, money-making things, pictures, I want to say pictures that were more than just the glamour shots that she was getting, that puts maybe children in not so children friendly positions. This had been going on for a lot longer than the 2 months beforehand, but it was somebody that was made money, but whatever. Because here in the future, yeah, this one, someone was lying about where the money was coming from, and two, someone was spending more money. Did someone have a gambling addiction? I'm just gonna say it. That's part of this. Did someone have a gambling addiction or owe someone a large chunk of money, and so they essentially started selling their daughter online, or in the version of online back then, to make up money. And then this brought on a bunch of other really creepy people that really pushed the envelope of what you thought you were going to do. I hope some people burn in hell for what they've chosen to do as a freaking parent. I don't care if people like, you're supposed to be unbiased. I'm sorry. Would you? Whatever. Okay. So that's the lies. Someone, whatever. You want to believe me? You don't have to. You want to? You can. Oh, we have the disclaimer. Okay. What was with these tunnels? What's going on with these tunnels? What's with the tunnels leading up to? What's this all about? Okay, this is where this is like the Underground Railroad, except for dealing in yeah. You know those pictures I was talking about? That had ramped up a lot within the first, like in the 2 months leading up to Jonebenet Ramsey's passing. The reason for this is because someone's in a cage. This is like underground stuff. It's like, you want pictures, you want things. Well, let's start. Well, we'll make her the star of the show. Where she's just gotta. Fuck. So disgusting. Cause like the energy and like the words I'm hearing, it's like, oh, God, I hate these people. They're so sick. But it's like she's freaking 6. Oh my gosh. These child predators, we're just going to keep calling them that. Why is this? Because this was deal money things that were going on. This is because there's a King of Cups here. There's a few people here who just absolutely loved her and wanted her. She's a freaking 6-year-old. You, ugh. Because the unseen obstacle here is mom was also, so I'm seeing this as a couple. Dad is over here like, I'm running the whole business end of this, and we have to keep it away from mom because mom over here has no clue because she's overindulging in drinking. She is just being blissfully ignorant and unaware of everything going on because it's easier to dive into uh whatever reality that she's created in her mind than being in on Earth. It's just so much easier because she can avoid the red flags or not see the red flags that were going on around her because it would have destroyed her if she did. Unseen obstacles here as well. The Six of Pentacles. Of what doctors did they take Jonbenet to? That was not on the books. Because I also get here with mom or even dad where it's like, you gotta take it, like, where did this bruise come from? Where did this come from? What happened here? And it's like they took her to an underground doctor or like she had injuries on her that no 6-year-old should have. So you had to take her to an underground doctor to get her healed. These people should not be parents. Because it's all business, baby. Whatever was this underground picture taken things. Dear God. Dear God. There aren't just pictures of her, there's video too. And this is all about money. This is all about her work, in quotes. Grow up. Because what was going from this was a big money maker. He's 6. And all the predators came out. Okay. Here in the past, yeah, this is how we ascended. This is how we got in. This is how we did all of our blah, blah, blah. And then here in the future, we had to keep this all hidden. We can't let this all be known. Okay. Yep. Okay. This is Giant's child predator ring sort of thing. Operation. I don't care. I really don't care. Okay. I'm just gonna finish this off. What's going on with the desert, the camel, things going on with that. And I'm gonna probably end it. This stuff had ramped up really bad. They had made a lot of money from this, but it still wasn't enough to cover up the debts that year-old someone was racking up at that point. So, yeah, that's... I want to cry. I want to cry so bad. So what's going on here with this desert? Um, oh, I'm just gonna pull the full thing. Ugh. So I'm gonna pull a clarifier for the desert, and then I'm gonna try and code word this the best that I can. I'm not gonna promise anything. So if I just end it, I apologize, but hard. This is so hard. One card, please. So they flew her somewhere. This is all about a flight. In the months leading up to her passing, they took her to a couple different places around the world, it feels like. Especially with the bird here, it's about flying somewhere, going somewhere, things coming in the packages, things going through the mail, and the such. So looking at this, why is this? Because of this is bringing all this is bringing all the guys to the yard. Why is this? Because you're being such a these are not my words. This is how these sick mother people who need to be castrated need to be Yeah. They're like, she's such a seductive little minx. She's a fucking 6-year-old. Ugh. That's the wording I'm hearing. It's like, you are such a little seductive minx. You bring all of us to the yard. You sick. Because up here from the material influences with the Empress reversed, all I can think about is, do you know the youngest person to ever give birth to a child is 5? Just think about that. The youngest person to ever give birth was a 5-year-old. I'm just going to leave it at that. Material influence. Yep. Okay. Because the positive, the hopes and fears here is we have a contract. Someone wants to take something from her. This is a contract. We'll fly her out. 6-year-old. Because the negative unseen obstacle here is it's like the mask came down. You knew what this truly was, because this is a whole group of people who wanted to watch this sick thing go down. This ended up in part of like, this is like the major thing that ended up in her passing. This is like a group of people who wanted to see something, and it kind of just blew up into out of proportion. Because here in the past, like, they were trapped in the circumstances, and here in the future, here is mom flipping her lid. This right here, what I'm feeling is, I feel like the kidnapping in quotes. I don't know what dad was doing. Here's the example. This doesn't need to be a one-to-one thing, but it feels like dad took Jonbenet, be like, hey, I'm gonna go take her out, XYZ things, da 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 da. He takes her to a buddy's house where they take pictures and do all these weird things because she's a part of some underground club for child predators. And then on like Christmas, someone wanted a gift. They paid for the gift and they got a lot of money out of it. And so dad's just like, okay, yeah, take her, just have her home. I'll come up with a. He didn't tell mom though that she was going anywhere. They just grabbed her, and then dad goes home, and then the money didn't come. That's what this feels like. The money didn't come, and then mom, like after the party, she's like, "Well, where's Jonbenet?" Oh, he's like, "Oh yeah, she was here yesterday, even though she wasn't. She'd been gone already, but mom was drugged, or whatever she was, and dad's like, oh shit, where's the kid? He can't get a hold of who Jonbenet is supposed to be with. And then he's like, oh shit. And then mom's like, well, freaking out. And then like, well, what do we do? And then I think dad just makes up a story on the spot, says, oh, this is this thing, and is da 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 da. It's like, well, we need to call the police. And then she starts flipping out. It's like, we got to call the police. She's missing. Even though dad knows exactly where she is. He knows what's going on. Mom calls the police, but he's like, well, what do we do? I mean, she's supposed to be gone. And he's like, well, someone took her. Someone had to take her. I mean, we got all these things going on and the money, and someone might have just taken her. And he's like, well, if they took her, well, then they have to have a ransom note. Well, he's like, well, yeah, well, we have that. No, he's like convincing her, remember, all these bad things are going down, spiral down. And then he's like, well, write the ransom note. She writes the ransom note to give to the police, and then they can give it. And then it all goes into a whole cluster of massive proportion. And he's like, well, shit, because they're trying to get a hold of, well, where's Jonbenet? Jonbenet should be alive. Jonbenet is not alive due to circumstances. It feels like, again, when an adult does something to a 6-year-old that no 6-year-old should be having to, that no 6-year-old's body can handle, there's going to be a biological response to that where the body can't just take it and it shuts down because of the things going on, right? Okay. That's what it feels like there. And then Jonbenet, well, she's gone, and now that everyone's looking for her because she's missing, and now they're like, well, we need to get rid of her, so they somehow sneak it back to that house and then get her somehow down in the basement. Gets down there somehow. It's a power play of some sort. And then all of a sudden, boom, there she is. And now it's like, what the heck is going on? And now there's this whole clusterfuck of things going on. And that's what I feel like. It doesn't need to be one-to-one. That's what I'm seeing between the last reading and this reading and all this context given. Mom has flipped her lid and kind of set a lot of this into motion because, again, she just wants her baby. And that's what I'm seeing. That's where I'm leaving it at. If y'all want, leave your own thoughts down below. What do you guys think? I don't need to be right. I don't honestly want to be right, but if that's what I'm seeing. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your own thoughts down below. I would love to hear them at this point. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. If you want to join YouTube members or get a personal reading, you can do so using all the links down below. Otherwise, thank you so much. Hope to see you in other videos in the future. Thank you and bye.